Hey, Tyler here with Steel Industries. Welcome to part one of our three-part series on getting started and getting comfortable under night vision. So this is going to be assuming that you already have your full helmet set up. You've got your helmet, you've got your night vision device, your mounts, and your counterweight. So let's jump right into it and get under night vision. Alrighty, so now that we got our helmets on, I'll go ahead and get it buckled here. What we'll do is we'll make sure the helmet is nice and tight. Sometimes you gotta ratchet it up a little bit, and we'll flip our night vision down. So what I like to do first is, in the case of a monocular, I'll put it on, whichever eye I want to run it on. If it's a binoculars, obviously they're going to be set, but either way, you're going to want to make sure it's square in front of your eye. So in the case of a monocular, we'll adjust the J-arm. If it's too high, too low, too far out, like in the case of this, we can adjust our actual mount and move it as we see fit. So let's adjust that pupillary distance or just the position in front of our eye, and we'll get that turned on. Alrighty, perfect. So now that it is on, when I'm outside in an area like this, where there's a lot of space in between, I like to go ahead and make sure that it is set to infinity on the focus. That just gives you the broadest spectrum of focus. Pretty much everything except your hands directly in front of you are going to be in good, usable focus, so you shouldn't have to think about that. And if you have any other questions on focusing, check out some of our other content on focusing your night vision. So now that it is all set up squarely in front of our eye, let's go walk around and we'll get a little bit more practice and kind of flush out this setup a little bit more. Let's go. Alrighty, here we are outside. So what I like to do when getting used to a new helmet setup, or in maybe your case, getting used to night vision as a whole, is going outside and spending a couple hours consecutively under night vision. So what this is going to do is it's going to really highlight if there are any issues with your helmet setup or how you have your mount adjusted. A lot of people are going to notice, especially in those longer durations, 1-2 plus hours, you're going to get hot spots on your head somewhere. This is going to tell you you're going to have to adjust your pads or adjust how tight your suspension system is. Sometimes the system itself, your night vision, is going to be adjusted incorrectly. It might be too far down, it might be too far up. Sometimes it's due to the mount, other times it's due to your counterweight not being heavy or light enough. So again, time is what's going to show you these things. So with that all being said, let's start to walk a little bit. Come on a walk with me, and we're going to talk to some of the other points that we notice, especially new night vision users, struggle with. So as you might know, most night vision, even dual tubes, you're restricted to a 40-degree field of view. There are some other options out there that offer more, but generally you're at 40 degrees of view, which is considerably less than your normal vision. So with that being said, you're going to notice you're going to have to turn your head. So get in the habit of turning your head and scanning. That's how you're going to look around more. Also, we see a lot of new shooters, new night vision users alike, getting tunnel vision. You're going to be walking, you're only looking through the really bright tube, especially in nights where there's not a lot of moonlight or not a lot of ambient light. You're sucked into that tube, you're sucked into that 40-degree field of view. So that is where turning your head and scanning helps. Also, unless you're going to look down all the way like this, you're going to notice I can't really see my feet as much. So this is where you have to kind of train yourself to go a little bit more off of feel. We're going to feel a little bit more as we walk. We're going to be a little bit more deliberate as we pick our feet up. Another thing to consider with this, and this might even influence what system you're buying, is that if you can see out of your peripheral vision, you can actually see your feet. Or if you're shooting, you can see the magazine well. So having something that has adjustable gain control might be something worth considering for that aspect. In the case of the standard PVS 14, I can ramp it all the way up, or I can turn it down if I want to see a little bit better some of the peripheral vision. So with night vision, because of all these different things, you're gonna find you're gonna want to rely more on your other senses a little bit. So once we're comfortable walking, moving under night vision in a kind of slow, relaxed way, I like to slowly ramp up speed. If you're new, I recommend going somewhere where it's kind of flat, like a little road or path like this. And it's really just the same thing, but you're gonna be a little bit more cautious, but you're still gonna use all those same fundamental aspects of walking under night vision, using your periphery, kind of scanning a little bit to get your full field of view, and just being a little bit more careful. Alrighty, well, I hope that helped you guys, especially if you're a little bit newer to night vision. This is all stuff that you're just gonna have to practice and put the time into. This is something that you have to put sweat equity into so that you can get comfortable and really flesh out your setup and your gear. So one thing that you guys may have noticed, if you did actually go ahead and do that 1, 2, or more hour constant night vision kind of outing, is that your neck might hurt. I know that when I was first starting with night vision, I had that happen a lot, especially with a ballistic helmet. Even with a PVS 14, your neck is gonna get tired. So one thing you can do to really mitigate that is just spend more time under night vision. Again, it comes down to putting in the time. Your neck is gonna have to develop some of those muscles, develop some of that strength. It's not used to having extra weight to support. So with that, get the time in. If it's really tough for you, one thing that I did is I even took my night vision off and just had my helmet with a counterweight, and I would just do normal tasks around the house. If you want to add your night vision in to that as well, it kind of helps because you can get used to refocusing and doing tasks under night vision, under that restricted field of view. So again, hope that helped, guys. If you have any questions about getting started under night vision, using night vision, or getting into night vision, feel free to reach out to us. Hit us up on our live chat on our website, shoot us an email, give us a call. We'd be happy to help out with anything. As always, stay nocturnal.